everyone of the condition that the one who fails to do so will be slain. And he does not want to be guilty of slaying the child and the one who is deformed. Ego makes such admonitions. Hearing this, Ashtavakra reminded Janak of his sankalp and that time is going by. In a commanding voice, he said, Janak, are you playing games with the master? Time is going by, ride the horse back to fulfill the promise. Janak had no choice. He was standing with one foot on one side of the steed and was to carry the next foot to the other side. This was the time for awakening. As Janak stood with one foot on the one side, Ashtavakra called Janak commandingly, O Janak, you have made a difficult sankalp, at which the life of the sages is at stake. What is the offering that you have decided to give to the master? The ego was so engrossed that it forgot all about the offering for the master. At this, Janak offered his kingdom, wife, and all that he considered his own. Hearing this, Ashtavakra laughed. Thus began the first lesson in awareness. Addressing Janak, the master inquired, the kingdom that you are offering me is really yours? Did it not belong to someone else before you, or will it not belong to someone else after you? In such a case, how can you offer kingdom that is not yours? In such a case, how can you offer the kingdom which is not yours to me? Also, the person that you call your wife, is she not the mother, daughter, and the sister of many? That too is not yours. Therefore, all these things that you mention cannot be offered. Janak had no clue. Mind was becoming blank. He reached a state of thoughtlessness. Janak is now enveloped by a zero or shunya, a state of consciousness unhindered by any desire, greed or lust for more, the state of no mind. This awareness of cosmic zero or shunya, or what Aurobindo calls the fathomless zero, is clear in these lines. As the hour before felt to in panic across the path of divine event, the huge foreboding mind of night, alone in an unlit temple of eternity, lay stretched immobile upon silence march. Almost one felt of pain, somewhat symbol of her eyeless muse, the abysm of unbodied infinite, a fathomless zero occupied the world. Janak stood with his one foot in the air, almost intoxicated, and was seeking the answer. A fathomless zero occupied Janak's both inner and outer world. He looked at the master for help. Ashtavakra told Janak to look within for the answer. With the help of the master, Janak found his manas or antarpan, the subtle aspect of the mind, to be his own. This he decided to offer to the master, and the master accepted this as the required offering. Janak still stood with one foot in the air, and any time a thought came to his mind, master will caution that the mind belongs to the master now and he has no right, and Janak has no right to think of anything with the mind that is not his anymore. Janak was about to fall. As he fell, the master held him in his lap and he remained intoxicated. This is the point where the master transfers the mind's seal onto the disciple. The master placed his hand over his head. Consciousness returned. Janak vowed to the master, Master blessed Janak that now you can use the kingdom and the family as my gift. Janaka came. He came to be known as body. He was in the body, but the body was not within him. He was in the world, but the world was not within him. He was moving amidst the concept, among the world of duality, conflict, but none of these things have anything to do with his awareness, with his bliss, with his understanding. Many a time, any situation comes and your happiness and bliss is gone into wilderness. You claim that when you go to the church, you come to the meditation sessions, you feel very good. But when you deal with that man or that woman or that officer, everything goes back, goes as if that it has never existed. They have gone, your bliss, your understanding, your happiness goes into wilderness. Janak was in a state of bodiless consciousness, or the consciousness unhindered by body and its duality. The process of inner development entails first inflation of